guys, it's 21 Maxwell here again, and it's another episode in our WWE series. Now, it's been a little while since I've booked in this series. I did take, I think it must have been about a 6-week break from it, basically because of so many releases coming out. Put a lot of FIFA recently, put a good bit of FM with that being released, which I didn't think I would get, and been playing Pokemon on 3DS as well. Now, videos are obviously have always been updated, so like I had a video updated scheduled for last week, way in advance. So with this one, even though it is on the tail back of WrestleMania, so it's always good in that case. Some storylines I'm a bit iffy where I was with them, but I feel like because it's after WrestleMania as well, you feel like you're starting afresh. And because I've had a good break from booking as well, in that time you get new ideas, you get new people you want to push. And to give an example, when I started this series, I had no idea who James Ellsworth was, and now he's a SmackDown Live member, and he's had a great couple of months in the WWE. Things like that. The Cruiserweight Classic happened, and the whole time I've been doing this save, so a lot more season names now that I'm aware of, that hopefully we'll give pushes to in the future. One that won't get a push, which I really want to give him one, is Rich Swann. It seems like there seems to be a sort of bug with him in this. As in, any gimmick I put on him just automatically resets to Thrill Seeker, and it just doesn't get over with, and he keeps continually debuting this gimmick every event he's on. So that looks like it could be a case of I may just release Rich Swann and bring him back 6 months in when he's ready to negotiate with us again. But as I say, this is my save I started on the opening day of TW coming out. Obviously it's a converted 2013 mod from Fleesh, so I'm going to keep doing this, and as I say, it's TW, so I'm always going to enjoy booking stuff and putting people over. You know, it's one of these games, pick up and play, chill for a little bit, and put your favourites over. So I say Backlash today, on the road to the next WrestleMania. Of course, Mania being our last one, which would have been WrestleMania 34. So we're now on the road to Mania 35. Got a lot of shows going now. We've got Raw, SmackDown, ECW, and a WWE Ladies Night, just giving all the women's wrestlers an opportunity on their own TV show. So we got 23 segments here. We're covering the full 225 minutes. It's the best of the best from the Raw brand. Let's crack on and see how the show does. As always, thank you for watching. So we start off the show with our hype video, our hype package, and our pyro, the usual stuff you'd start with a WWE event. The hype package gets a B+87, and it's documenting our co-main event, which is going to be Seth Rollins versus The Miz. The Miz coming off that impressive victory over The Rock at WrestleMania. And of course, Roman Reigns and John Cena, they have switched stances. Roman Reigns is now the good guy. John Cena is this guy who's aligning with the authority to get that 17th title reign. And tonight, they do battle. So the show got off to a strong start. It got the crowd hotter. Hollywood versus The Man and the WWE Championship story lines both advance, so a good start to the show there. Our opening contest had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, and it saw Braun Strowman defeat Samoa Joe in 13:49 by pinfall with a big splash. Now, this only got a C66 because it was the 4th time these two guys have fought. Again, I just wanted a final match between them to put Strowman over. These guys usually get really good matches together, but I needed one last match from them to put Strowman here and end this storyline so they can push on. Lack of psychology between them, but the match got the crowd hotter. As it says, it was the 4th time, so it wasn't as good. Joe with an 82 performance and 92 from Braun Strowman, and their storyline advances, but that'll be the end of that. No skill improvements to speak upon, and a few negative psychology, short match length and repetitive booking, but Braun Strowman goes over. And after the match, just to kind of reiterate the fact that he's gone over, he just beats the shit out of Samoa Joe, beats him down. And although it says Joe Silver in the event, that's not correct. Just Strowman's gone down, beating him down, a B+85 rating. Strowman looks good. It continues the storyline, it gains it some heat. As I say, that's the end of it. And Strowman will move on to bigger things. Next up, we've got a promo for Bayley on Becky Lynch. Obviously, Becky Lynch turned on Bayley, and Bayley says it's just because that Becky Lynch has come over to Raw from SmackDown. She's lost her smile and she's never been the same. They used to be friends, but that's no more. and Bayley wants to get revenge for what Becky Lynch has been doing to her. It's a very solid B+85 promo, and it continues the storyline, gaining it some heat. All positives there from Bayley. Matchup itself is a very respectable C+70. It was a bout that had decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Becky defeats Bayley in 10:29 with submission, just with the disarmer. So a good win there for Becky. What I like out of this is this got a C+70, and this is Becky being slowed down by injury, and these two don't click together. It showed in their performances, Bayley with 63 and Becky with 64. So they can be a lot better. Obviously not really suited to facing each other. But as I say, happy with that. And I'll probably have another matchup because I'll have to get Bayley to have a comeuppance on Becky Lynch, or comeuppance on Becky Lynch, but another poor matchup. But still, again, just giving everybody in the women's division a chance here, and something that the 38,000 in the Jones C. Edwards Stadium can enjoy. No skill improvements, just two negatives there, but overall, I think these two, if they clicked, would have made some good B+, possibly, maybe a B. B+ is maybe stretching it. Next up, also in women's action, was a terrible wrestling match and had non-existent crowd heat. It saw the team of Billie Kay and Peyton Royce defeat the team of Ashley and Alicia Fox in 9:14 when Billie Kay defeated Alicia Fox with the boyfriend stealer. In terms of in-ring work, Billie Kay was head and shoulders above everyone else. She's had the strongest push so far. C63, good rating there. Peyton Royce with 54. Billie Kay 69, so she could be one of our good ones going forward. Alicia Fox with 42, and Ashley with a 46. Ashley improving performance skills. A few negatives here, holding back, that's always disappointing. Poor momentum in the case of the two heel women's wrestlers. Next up, and about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, we had Cesaro defeat Baron Corbin in 17:11 by countout. B+87, so a solid matchup for these two, keeping the title on Baron Corbin. This was for the US Championship. But given Cesaro the win, I just would like to keep the championship on Corbin, but not having Cesaro being pinned. So an 88 performance from Cesaro, and 87 from Baron Corbin. It continues their storyline, it gained at heat, but I don't think these will keep feuding. Corbin benefits with flying and performance skills. It's a good matchup here, and it could have been even better. The lack of a hot associated storyline, and the low heat on that as well. So I'm thinking, it's a good matchup with these two. They've certainly developed well in this save so far. Next up, we've got Stephanie McMahon announcing that she has re-signed Shibata to a contract. That's a C+70. I seen he was available. He's gained overness again. We'll give him a shot. His matchup was extremely short, and he took on Xavier Woods, winning by pinfall in 2 minutes and 53. C-50, he's just going to kick some ass on the Raw brand. He debuts a legitimate athlete gimmick, which was poor. A 72 for Woods, a 67 for Shibata. Not great, but as I say, it's just to give us extra workers to put people over. On the Raw brand, a bit disappointing, he's declining physical ability, so this might be a short-lived push for him. Next up, we've got the great tag team that is Mojo Bojo. They're cutting a promo. Mojo worked the crowd well, Bo Dallas improvised well, and a solid B-77 as Mojo Bojo go for the tag team championships again. And in a decent matchup that didn't have much heat, the Revival defeated System X, Mojo Bojo, and American Alpha in 14:06 when Scott Dawson defeated Daiichi Hashimoto by pinfall, and Revival make the third defense of the WWE World Tag Team Championships. No intention of taking the titles off of the Revival at the moment. We'll give them a good run. Solid B81. Mojo Rawley is a weak link and he's looking very stale. But 75 for Chad Gable and 80 performance for Jason Jordan was the main man of the match. Junior Fujita 69, Hashimoto 71, Mojo with a 48, a 74 for Bo, 67 for Scott Dawson, and a 79 for Dash Wilder. He continues the Glorious Departure storyline, but I say we'll probably tweak that as we change some tag teams that are going to be in this division and going for the championship. So overall, pretty happy with that. And a couple of improvements. Jason Jordan in flying. Technical for Scott Dawson and Bo Dallas, Scott Dawson in performance skills, and Junior Fujita and Chad Gable in Rumble. There'll be a few negatives there as expected, inconsistencies. Overall, very good result for our tag team division. Next up, we've got Kevin Owens and CM Punk. They're just going to be announcing that together they are going to be not best friends like Kevin and Chris, but CM Punk and Kevin Owens will watch each other's back as they take on the team of Enzo and Big Cass. This gets a B plus 86. CM Punk is not suited to his gimmick, but he has invented a new catchphrase. Kevin Owens was good, but at the end of the day, it just continues the storyline we've got going. We'll continue to use CM Punk until his contract expires, then he's out the door. He's an absolute cancer. Backstage. That matchup with Enzo and Cass will be later on tonight. As we move on to a decent matchup that saw Dolph Ziggler defeat the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson in 13-16 by pinfall with a zigzag. Solid B82. Anderson with a 76 performance. Ziggler, who seems to have reinvented himself on Raw, with an 89. How often can you say that someone has reinvented himself on Raw? Ziggler improves Rumble skills to Anderson's performance. Just capped for its short match length, and probably because there's no storyline as well, but still a very good matchup from these two. Next up, Alexa Bliss is hyping her upcoming match with Eva Marie for the WWE Women's Championship, the C63. She's blissed off. This is her chance, and she's going to try her best to become the Women's Champion, and that continues the storyline, gaining it some heat. The match itself was decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat, and Eva Marie defeated Alexa Bliss in 10:56 by interference from Mandy Rose, allowing the pinfall. Eva makes the first defence of her WWE Women's Championship, so coming off a blockbuster win over Emma on the Ladies' Night Champion versus Champion match, Eva Marie, the most dominant women's wrestler in WWE, and a C plus 69 there. Alexa Bliss with a 63 performance, Eva Marie with a 68, and it continues the storyline, gaining it some heat. And that's not too bad, as I say. Hopefully they can get better and better, giving them an opportunity. While we give a little break to the likes of Sasha and of Becky and Bayley doing elsewhere. And after the matchup, Eva Marie celebrates, she basks in her glory, and that's a B minus 73 there for all red everything. Then we've got a hype video for the Enzo and Cass versus Kevin Owens and CM Punk match. That gets a B80. And the matchup itself had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, as CM Punk and Kevin Owens defeat Enzo Big Cass, and Kevin Owens defeated Enzo Amore by a package pile driver. Very solid B plus 88, so a great performance from all four men. It was one of these matches to try and push on Enzo and Big Cass. Big Cass with a 75 performance, Enzo 78, Kevin Owens with a 92, and CM Punk with an 88. Continues their storyline, which is to give CM Punk and Kevin Owens something to do in this one. Big Cass improves technical skills, and at the same time a lot of negatives there, both low morale for Punk and Owens, but as I say, hopefully we can cheer them up a little bit going forward. Seth then cuts a promo for his match against The Miz, just saying, you may have defeated The Rock, but I'm the man around here and I'm going to prove that. And that's an A92 promo, so solid from Seth Rollins. Continues the storylines and gains it some heat. So all positive there. Match itself was superb, and The Miz defeated Seth Rollins in 18-13 with the skull-crushing finale after his in-story girlfriend, Eva Marie, interfered to give him the win. So he's off a victory over The Rock, and now he's defeated Seth Rollins with an A94. The Miz is turning into an absolute star in this save. Seth with a 94 performance, The Miz with a 95. Continues their storyline and gains it some heat. No skill improvements, but overall superb, and it could have been even better, which is scary to think that. But fantastic from The Miz. Has he earned himself a potential title shot? It remains to be seen. Next up, John Cena has a promo at B plus 88. He's saying he had to do what he had to do. He wants to make history. He wants to be the man that gets 17 title reigns. He wants to break Ric Flair's record and cement his. name is the greatest superstar in WWE of all time. Cena looked like a star, clearly enjoyed being off script. And here we go. John Cena versus Roman Reigns. Will it succeed? Will it flop? In a superb matchup, Roman Reigns defeats John Cena in 17:34 by pinfall. Roman makes the 10th defense of his WWE Championship title. So even with John Cena turning into a bad guy, Roman Reigns is a good guy, gets the win here, defends his title again in an amazing A95 match. This is with both guys, well, Roman being stale, John Cena not suited to his gimmick, the match suffering because of a lack of selling, and it's still with an A95 with the storyline gaining heat as well. Reigns with 97, Cena with an 89, and overall fantastic from these two, delighted with that. And we end the show. John Cena has obviously paired up with the Authority. Stephanie McMahon does the low blow to Roman Reigns, who's celebrating, retaining the title, and then John Cena proceeds to beat him down, where John Cena and Stephanie McMahon stand tall to end the show. So the heels prevail, but Roman Reigns is still the champ. His performance was fantastic. John Cena came across a star, and that was an A90 segment. Meaning WWE Backlash from the Raw side, increased their popularity in 24 regions and had an A92 performance. We'll give Kevin Owens and CM Punk praise to get their morale up, but overall, pretty happy with that. I'll just move that there. We get Strowman going over, Becky Lynch going over, Cesaro gets a win, Shibata returns, the Revival looks strong. It's a very heel-heavy pay-per-view, I feel. A lot of heels going over actually there, apart from the big dog in the main event. So something to look to balance over time. We'll try and get some more baby faces over. As I say, it's a good pay-per-view from Raw, and things are looking strong on this side. Maybe need to get more main event baby faces, but plenty of time for that. And CM Punk and Kevin Owens both come out of this looking a lot happier. I say it's the first pay-per-view after we've done the draft as well, so it'll be interesting to see who can push on from there. But it was awesome, and it's got fantastic reviews. That's good. Let's see if there's anything here that directly affects us. It was a wild at the weekend, and lockdown for 7,500. But apart from that, just a few things there. Which Underground being our development company, 4.20 pay-per-view by 4K, and Bo Dallas is at the stage where he's now giving opinions on people. Bo Dallas, with that 60-odd overness as upper mid-caliber, says that Chad Gable is a star of the future, despite the fact what I couldn't go over there is actually Bo Dallas is more over. That's actually surprised me. But it's another strong pay-per-view. We're still top. We're still weighing the money. Prestige is good. Momentum's good. SmackDown will get their pay-per-view next week, which is, of course, Payback. And then we'll head into Extreme Rules next month, which is a Raw pay-per-view. So we're all head towards Extreme Rules. SmackDown has Payback next week, which I think, if my schedule is correct, will be round about Christmas Eve that video go live. So we'll try and tie a little festive note into that. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. It's deeply appreciated. Any comments on the series, anybody you'd like to see get pushed in the future, anybody who you think wouldn't be in the database, because this is way back from WrestleMania in Dallas when this database would have started. So if there's any wrestler who wasn't in WWE then and has come into it since, or MD that wouldn't be in the database but we can maybe import from someone else's, like a James Ellsworth, MD like that, maybe someone local and a local talent to yourself, let me know. Let me see if we can get them imported into the save and put into NXT and go from there. Let me know if you'd like to see James Ellsworth. You know, I don't mind bringing him in and giving him a storyline if people want to see it. And of course, if you want to get involved in the TW hype, what are you missing out for? Perfect time to get in about it. As I say, if you want to jump on the old YouTube hype, fancy book or subreddit, Grey Dog Software forums, so much guys there that give you help and help you get started. As always, guys, thanks for watching. As I say, any likes, comments, subscriptions, all that jazz are all deeply appreciated. And I hope I'll see you next time for WWE Payback with the SmackDown brand. Bye bye.